essentially get it how I want it. There is no right tone, there is no wrong tone. I think if you can get some tone into it, the whistle really does become almost an extension of your personality if you want it to. So you might go, hey, I don't want to do this. This isn't me. And that's fine. I think teachers are really big, but they tend to, their whistles generally, as a generalisation, is just they're so used to just blowing their whistle to stop the class that that's what they're used to. I really do think this helps your refereeing. I am a big believer that it helps you have it just helps with your presence. It helps. I say when I teach the associate referee course, if I show up looking like a referee, if I show up sounding like a referee, if I blow my whistle really well, it's going to take the crowd a good 20 minutes to work out I'm absolutely shit. Right? And I guess it's that first impression you make. And when you start the game, I think what we're seeing with New Zealand is this concept of work rate. So there's two things they're doing, is that they want to see us rush that kick, that initial kick. They want us in line, and they want to see that we've got presence and look like a referee. And let's face it, if you've got in the JRC and the C panel, if we do want to aspire to move up the ranks, you're essentially asked. You might only have 1 or 2 shots a season. And what we're doing is we're asking, in this case we've got 3 selectors that could come and promote us, or we've got Jono and Peter. And they might only see us this once, and if it's that first impression is, oh shit, that whistle's good, right, I'm going to pay attention. I know when I got promoted on, I was 16 I think, and I got promoted to the B panel, and it was on the under 85s field day. And there were better referees than me on the day refereeing, but I managed to get the capture almost all the coaches in that area just because my whistle. They could hear my whistle from the other fields, so they came over and had a look. All right. So we're going to try again. Now that you're undercover, and the acoustics are going to be amazing. Obviously, Shem, you've been putting a shitload of work into your whistle, and I think you're noticing the difference. What are some tips that you've noticed from trying to do it? Has it just been trial and error? Or?
Yeah, trial and error, doing exactly what you said. Seems to work pretty well.
Cool. So any hot tips that you've worked out yourself? Because I know this is an area you initially struggled with.
Yeah. I found, just in terms of getting like the shape right, aiming for some of the shorter blasts on the whistle was helpful. So like, just, sharper rather than going for like that kick off or try sort of thing was what
I can't tell you how much of a change we've got here. Like literally, I can mimic Shim's whistle from a few weeks ago. It's kind of like... I think what you guys need to be aware, if you do want to work on your whistle, you might have to change your whole work-ons to whistle for the whole game. Literally, quite often what I see with I'm working on my whistle today, my scrums, my breakdown. Literally, all I would work on that whole game is whistle. Obviously, I need you to get your decisions right, well, preferably. But the only thing, let's forget about positioning. It's literally because taking that breath, it's going to be new to you if you haven't done it before. It's going to delay the decision because you're going to see the infringement and just want to go bang. It's human nature. It's what we do as referees. So you're going to have to really slow that down. But I think we'll go through again, and all I'm really asking you guys to do this time is focus on breath. So it's that breathe in and punch the whistle. So we'll go round, and if I can't see anybody, sorry.
Yeah. Just quickly, can you show us your non-infringement, so just a knock-on or something like that whistle as well, just so I get that on. Okay.
It's really short. Yep. Yeah. All my non-infringement whistle is stop and play. It's the only purpose of it. I don't want to draw attention to me on that. The only time I really want to draw attention to me is my foul play whistle. The rest of the time, it's just, that's my penalty. My foul play whistle This isn't my normal whistle, sorry, so I'm just getting used to it. And every whistle is different. Like, I know that sounds ridiculous, but it is. So it's a way longer blast there. Yeah? Cool. If you're not getting a tone you like out of your whistle, you can always try boiling your whistle as well. Just shrink the cork a bit. Cool. Right, from our left. We've had enough of shit. Russell. Let's me just make this easier. We're just blowing a penalty, right? It's not a foul play penalty, just a penalty.
Just a penalty.
Yeah. I hope that's not your signal.
No.
Just go a little bit longer on it if you can,
Yep.
Russell. Yeah. And again, double that lead. Much better.
Okay.
Yep. Cool. Rod. Yeah. So Rod's whistle is always going to be shrill because it's mounted, so we can't manipulate that. So Rod's going to have to rely fully on where he's putting it in his mouth and his breath. Sweet Michael. Oh, two Michaels. Yeah. Yeah. So what I'd say is if you can just release slightly.
What, too much thumb?
Yeah, just too much thumb. Just pull back slightly on the thumb. Yeah. Are you happy with that?
Well, it sounds right from here.
Yeah. It sounds alright from me too. So the way, if you wanted to go deeper on that, all you have to do is put it slightly more in your mouth if you wanted to go deeper. But in terms of a general tone, not bad. Sweet. Hamish.
Yes, I have.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Andrew. That's a shitload better than when we started, isn't it, already? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you hear the difference there?
Yeah.
So guys, I don't know if you guys remember right back to the start, but we had essentially just it sounded more like, so that's already quite a wicked transformation. So if you're comfortable just playing with that, I think you'll get some quite good results.
Yeah.
Sweet. You've got a plastic whistle, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah. So the only way, so just guys, so you know, the plastic whistle has quite a big gap between. There are no metal frames that you can kind of cover. So there's only one way to get a deeper tone. That's by where you put it in your mouth, or it's almost. I don't know if anyone's watched much league, but it's quite. I can't even do it. It's almost creating a shell in your hand. Sweet. Who's next? Yep. Go. Okay. Both very similar whistles. So that's coming from breath. That one I can tell automatically. Yeah. Back row. So if you just go further into your mouth when you blow, go now. And longer and breathe. Already better. Front row. Let's go. Yeah, much better. So that's just breath. That's all that is. It's that punching the whistle. Cool. Bob's bean. Pellets. Yeah, again, instantly hear it. Plastic whistle. Which is fine. It's got that built-in tone already. So if you are struggling, guys, and you're going, I just can't get this tone, a plastic whistle is a really good option. Mr. Link? Sorry, mate. Gordon? Almost. Just too much cover there, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so pull that back. Are we using metal? Yeah. Yeah. Again, too much thumb. Just pull the thumb back. Yeah. Yeah. That one, you're getting there. It's, as I said to you, it's not going to come in one blow. Yeah. So you're probably going too far in the mouth and too much thumb. So the last thumb was probably fine, but if you go, we won't get any sound if we go too far. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. David. Yeah. It's got a nice deep tone to it. I'd advise you to go a bit longer. I think that's, guys, with foul play whistle certainly, I think we go until we can't go anymore. If that, as a starting point, yeah. If you're going to take context for this conversation, I'm fucked. But here's an example. You'll hear mine has a whip. which is, that's literally, I'm still blowing and I pull out.
You take it right there.
Joe.
No.
No? Yeah, that's better already. Are you hearing that? Yeah, good. We are. Leighton. Too much cover, mate. Yep. Just open it up a bit. Yep. Yeah. So Leighton's got a really good example of something like here. Did anyone else pick it up? It's a second blow. Yeah. So what I'd advise, it'll happen, and it'll certainly happen when we're running. That's when we get that. We're out of breath, so we try to punch and go, oh shit, and we go again. So it's literally, it's about taking those 3 seconds before we blow that infringement. Cool. Are there any questions? If you want to come up and see my hand and what I'm doing, feel free. I'll stick around and show you how I position what I'm doing. Again, it doesn't matter. I think if you watch Shen, how he's blowing his whistle, he's got a completely different grip to me. I think it's like that, isn't it? Yeah. So with my one, I'm using just 2. So you can develop awesome tones. It's just about playing around. There is no right or wrong way.
So Cody, you're using the 3rd finger on the other side of it?
Yeah, I am.
And this one's free?
Yeah, so I'm using that one as a guide, essentially. So I know, because I've done it for so long, exactly where I want my finger to be, which means it's going to put it in my mouth and where I want it.
Where would you suggest we practice this?
The car. I'm deadly serious. You look like an absolute weirdo at the traffic lights. But the acoustics seem to be great in the car. I don't think there is a right or wrong way. Fields are good because that's what it's going to sound like. I wouldn't do prolonged periods of it because it is actually probably terrible for your hearing. But yeah, no, I'd only, literally, I think if you could spend for 5 minutes a day for a week, your sound would be a shitload better. Yeah, it shouldn't, I think the problem is as referee, and everything we do, is we'll go out on a Saturday, we'll do it, and then we won't do it again until next Saturday. And I think that is hard to get improvement. So if you can just, I don't know, find 5 minutes where you can really piss people off. Yeah.
That works.
Works perfect. Yeah. Right in the boss's office.
The advantage we have now, Cody, is this is the first time we've actually got it on video that we can actually get it, because it'll be sent out, download it, and play it back.
Yeah, by all means.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this is useful to you. The whistles, it's easy once you know it, but if you don't know it, you don't know it. Yeah. So I guess to sum up what we've done, it's breath. It's about position of where we're putting the whistle in our mouth, and it's how much we're closing that gap. And trial and error is key. I certainly didn't pick it up straight away and know how to blow a good whistle.
How do you do your try?
Like that.
Not much different.
Not that much different, no. I know as I was coming up through the ranks, I don't know how true it is anymore, but a guy called John Ripley was my coach, and he goes, the try is where a team has achieved something, so you should celebrate it. But it's certainly not as loud as my foul play whistle, that's for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I think the key to remember with my foul play whistle, I'll take it back. The whistle is the only tool as referees we are given, and if you can show that you're upset or not happy with the action of a player through using that tool, it just allows us to be, when we step out of that, we can just be cool, calm and deal with that.
I think what's often doesn't look good too is if the whistle isn't loud enough for foul play and it carries on.
Correct.
Everybody's going peep, peep,
Yeah,
peep.
there's nothing worse than a fight where you've got players still interacting when, if you can go in there and go bang, and they break away, that's our ideal situation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rod's got a really good point.
What is the view about Auckland referees from outside Auckland?
I get a lot of feedback as I go that we're not very good at whistle blowing.
Stricter penalties.
Yeah, I just think if you go down to I think probably the reason why this is the first time you and I and this group have ever had the session, isn't it? Essentially. So if you don't work on something, you're probably not going to be very good at it. So this is, I think, this is, in refereeing, we talk about control the controllables, don't we? This is such a controllable. So let's control it. Yeah, this is something that we can do really easy. It might take a bit of work, but I reckon it'll make our game so much better. I think it'll make I know for me, it makes me much more comfortable when my whistle's going well on game. Can't see a thing. Cool. Any questions? It is quite a quick session.
Yeah, thanks, Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We'll keep you on for another week, okay?
So Cody, you don't run them like you used to do it when we were at college. When we were college rivals.
No, I would have loved to, but with quite often I get tied up on a Monday now. So where before I wasn't actually employed, I was just helping out. But I could if you think it's something beneficial, I could certainly find a member who has a good whistle, such as Alex Corner has a sensational whistle. Tim Olive, these are all pretty. So please, if you see them and do need help, go approach them. They'd be more than happy to help you out. But I could certainly, if you guys think it's beneficial, it's something we could look at implementing a whistle class before the meetings again.
I think it's a good idea.
Cool.
Yep.
With the rifles, we used to get quite a few down on the
I used to do them every second week, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks, Cody.
Changing rooms are good places to learn too. Yeah. Cool. Thank you so much, guys.